Welcome guys to my video tutorial. In this video tutorial we will start with our chapter number 1, or that is resources, and that is of NCERT. Fine. This is our geography chapter for class 10th. Fine. Before this, let me introduce myself. My name is Arun, and I wish you a very warm welcome to you all guys. And in this video tutorial we will start this chapter. We will discuss it thoroughly. Here, the first question which arises while seeing this chapter name is, what are resources? So, let me explain you what are resources. I think in your previous classes you are aware that everything available in our environment which can be satisfy our needs, that is what we call the resources. But in class 10th we add more three conditions to it. What are they? The first condition is that it should be technological accessible, it should be economical feasible, it should be culturally acceptable. Fine. That is termed as resource. So the complete definition of the resources is this: everything which is available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs. It should be technological accessible, economical feasible, culturally acceptable. We have technology to access it, and it should be affordable to us, and our culture should also accept it. So that is termed as resource. Here the classification of resources are there. Here the resources are divided into two parts, where first one is natural and humans, whereas the natural are further divided into two, renewable and non-renewable. Again, the renewable are divided into two, continuous or flow, and biological. Again, the biological is divided into two. The first one is natural vegetation and second one is wildlife. And non-renewable resources are divided into again two only, recyclable and non-recyclable. Human resources are further divided into state, institutions, and quality and quantity. Here, what are human resources? Human resources are those resources which are created by the humans via their mind, their technology, by their skills. That is what we call the human resources are. And natural resources are all those resources which is created by the nature only. For example, here the example are given, such as land, water, wildlife, atmosphere, even we human beings. Okay, resources are classified on the various bases. On the first basis, on the basis of exhaustibility, the resources are divided into two, renewable and non-renewable. On the basis of origin, these are divided into biotic and abiotic. On the basis of ownership, they are divided again into four parts, and these four parts are indivisible, community, national and international. Okay, on the basis of development, the resources are again divided into four parts. The first one is potential, the second one is stock, the third one is developed, fourth one is reserve resources. I think guys this much is clear to you. So let's start it one by one. On the basis of origin, as we know, resources are divided into two parts, biotic and abiotic. Here biotic are those which are obtained from the biosphere and which have life, such as human beings, flora, fauna, fish, trees, livestock, etc. All these are the example of biotic resources. Abiotic resources are all those resources which are composed of the non-living thing, and these things does not have life in them, such as rock, metal, etc. are the certain example of the abiotic resources. If we talk about on the basis of exhaustibility, resources are divided into two parts, renewable and non-renewable. Renewable resources are those resources which can be recycled easily, means they can be reproduced by the different type of the processes, such as physical, chemical processes. And these are the certain examples of these are solar energy, wind energy, and etc. Non-renewable resources are those resources which take millions of years in their formation and cannot be renewed or reproduced, or we do not have that appropriate technology, means we can't form them. they formed naturally and they take millions of time. Such as example is given petroleum, natural gas. This is the where natural gas is basically used for burning purposes. On the basis of origin, the resources are divided into four parts. These are individual, community, national, and international. Individual resources, as the name suggests, that all those resources which are operated or managed by a single individual, by a single person only, that is what we call the individual resources are. If we talk about community resources, all those resources which are managed by all the members of the community. Example, grazing grounds, burial grounds, public parks, picnic spots, even the sea. Okay, national resources. All those resources which are related to a particular nation, such as land resource within the country, even the political boundaries. Oceanic resource up to only 12 nautical miles. The sea's ocean distance is measured in the nautical miles, and 12 nautical miles is equal to 2.2 kilometer. Fine. If we talk about further international resources, these are the resources which are managed by the international institutions. They belong to the various nations of the world. Example, oceanic resources, even the petroleum, or these example are of international resources. On the basis of development, the resources are divided into four parts, which are: the first one is, yes, the first one is potential resources. All those resources whose quantity and quality is known to us because of lack of technology. Because of lack of technology, we are not using them. Fine. Stocks. Stocks are those to which these having capacity or ability to satisfy our needs, or we should say the potential to satisfy our needs, but we does not have technology to access it. Developed resources are those resources whose quality and quantity are surveyed and they are used for utilization. We are utilizing them, and they are depends on our technology levels, means how we are using them. Fine. Again, here the reserve resources are those resources which are subset resources, means we kept it for the further generations. For example, we also have technology how to access it. We know how to use it. For example, rivers. There are certain rivers whose water we just conserve. We are not just use it for the hydroelectric power supply. Why? Because we want to save it for our future. Fine. I think this much is clear to you. Let me make the recapitulation again on the basis of origin. The resources are divided into two parts, which are biotic and abiotic. Fine. Biotic are obtained from the biosphere, whereas abiotic are not. They are also obtained from the biosphere, but they does not having life. Whereas biotic having life. On the basis of exhaustibility, the resources are divided into two again: renewable and non-renewable. Right. Renewable resources are those resources whose to which we can reproduce by the different processes such as physical, chemical, and mechanical processes. Here the example is given. For example, water. If the water doesn't go somewhere, it just remains in the earth, even the energy. But why we are saying that just we need to conserve it? Because it takes lots of efforts to just change its form. Fine. Okay, again, here on the basis of sorry, I forgot to display it. Non-renewable resources are those resources which take a very long geological time, such as mineral fossil fuels takes the lots of millions of the years for their formation. So to this week, what we call the non-renewable resources are. On the basis of ownership, the resources are divided into four parts, which are The first one is individual, the second one is community based, and the third one is national, and second one is international. If we talk about individual, as the name suggests, of the individual, managed by the single individual. Community resources are just owned by a single, not by the single person, but it is managed by the all the member of the community. Here the example is given: burial grounds, villages. National resources are resources whose means the resources within the country, and in ocean till up to the 12 nautical miles, and I told you that 12 nautical miles is equal to 2.2 kilometers. Fine. And international resources are those resources which is just owned by the international institutions, right? Just international institution make the use of it. Now what happens here, on the basis of development, what happened here? There is, these are divided into again four parts. Potential resources are those whose quantity and quality are unknown, right? Due to lack of technology, we are using it, but we are not making it's that much better use as we can. Now, stocks are the materials in our environment which have potential to satisfy our needs, but we do not have appropriate technology to access it. Developed resources are resources whose quantity and quality we know to us, and we are using it often. We also have technology. Reserves are said to be the resources which are subset for of the stock. Means we does not make the use of it, because why? Because we need to save it for our future generations. Now reserves. Okay, now what happens, I have told you the different type of the resources. I think this much is clear to you clearly. Now let's start with our problems, which is created by the indiscrimination use of the man. What happens, many of the resources got depleted. Why? Because of our activities. Here this you can learn by the term diya, right? D for depletion, A for accumulation, and I for, yes, I for indiscrimination, right? Here you can make the point that depletion of the resources for satisfying the greeds of the few individuals, right? Here indiscrimination exploitation of the resources, which led to the global ecological crisis such as global warming, ozone layer depletion, and other. Accumulation of the resources in certain hands, which just divide the society into two parts: have and have nots. Now what happened? Development of the resources. What you understand by the term development? Development is the process of developing the resources in order to make it more useful, and so that we become reliable on them to use it. Some of the resources we can't use directly, they have to be processed to make the useful for satisfying. Example, land has to be clear in order to plow it, in order to grow it, in and doing certain other further, even to irrigate it. We just need to clear land. Now what you understand by the term sustainable development? Sustainable development is just what you say, is a step which is basically taken in the Brazil, that is Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit. Was held in 1992. Hundred of the states met at Rio de Janeiro in Brazil basically, and here they formed the Agenda 21. Now what was Agenda 21? That it's our duty to just save our resources. So for this we form the term sustainable development, which means that we have to utilize the resources very carefully. Fine. Economical development which does not damage the environment at the same time that cares of the needs of the future generation. That is what we call the sustainable development. Now, why we are doing this sustainable development? Because many of the resources are not renewable and exhaustible. Over exploitation of these resources will affect the needs of our future generation. What happens if it will get disappear, it will get depleted? Then obviously we does not face problem because we are using it. Our future generation will face it. Environmental population has become a major threat to the survival of human beings. Now, resource planning. So that's why we need to make the plan. Resource plan is a technique in which we make our skills use over the utilization of resources. Here are the some steps which we have to follow. First one is identification and listing of the resources by the different ways such as surveying, mapping, measurements, qualities, quantities and others. Planning for exploitation. Develop a planning structure with suitable technology, skills and institutional setup. Match resources development with national development plans, right? These are the steps we must follow while making the use of this resource planning. Fine guys, I think this much is clear to you. Now, importance of the resource planning. It is necessary to balance the development of India. Some regions such as if we some regions in India are rich in certain resources, whereas certain are just having lack of it. So that's why this is the one region. For example, here example is given of the Rajasthan. It having the very poor in water, but whereas it is rich in solar and wind energy. If we talk about the Arunachal and all these Mizoram states, all these eastern states, these states are having rich in even the infrastructure and even they are rich in water resources, but they having lack of energy, solar energy, wind energy. Fine. Some regions are self-sufficient while other regions are very poor in important resources. Example, Madhya Pradesh is rich in many resources, but Ladakh is poor in resources. Wastage of the resources can be avoided by planning. Environmental population can be reduced and over exploitation can be avoided. Now let's study the resource conservation. Planned use of the resources in order to meet our present needs and store a part of the future generation is called the resource conservation. It is necessary because many resources are non-renewable and exhaustible. Fine. If we conserve, we can make the use of it for the longer period of the time. Conservation of resources help to reduce wastage. It helps in economic progress. Resources conservation help to protect the environment. Fine. Now let's move further. There, Gandhi ji was the great philosopher. He just put the idea that there is enough for everybody's need, but not for anybody's greed. Right? It was his thought that, according to him, it is so difficult to satisfy the greedy person. Greedy and selfish individual make the exploitative use of the nature of the modern technology. That is the root cause of resource depletion. He was against the mass production and wanted to replace it by productivity, by masses. I think guys this much is clear to you. Today I stop my lecture here only. In further lecture we will complete this topic: land as resource, land degradation and conservation measures, soil as resource, classification of the soil, soil erosion and soil conservation. So thank you guys to like, share and subscribe my channel. For any query please comment me below. Fine. I thanks a lot to you.